the years running a sim racing review YouTube channel, as you could imagine, I've owned quite a bit of gear and 32 wheelbases in total. Today, I'll be ranking them all, taking price, performance, value for money, and ecosystem into consideration, and keep in mind that separate, far more in-depth reviews on every single product mentioned can also be found in the video description. As always, all thoughts here are my own. Feel free to disagree with me in the comments. Sit back, relax, and let's get right into it. Starting in last place is going to be the Thrustmaster Ferrari 458 bundle. This wheel has no force feedback, an extremely limited 240-degree rotation, and an embarrassing set of pedals. Slightly better since it has a max 900-degree rotation, better pedals with a clutch and an included shifter will be the PXN V9, followed by the PXN V9 Gen 2 that I just reviewed. All three of these products so far are in the bottom ultimately because they have no force feedback, something that is essential for sim racing. If you're here and don't know what force feedback is, watch this quick video first. Anyways, up next and getting into the entry-level force feedback wheels, we have the Thrustmaster T150 and TMX. It is affordable but has both an underwhelming look and in-game feel with only about 2 Nm of force. The Thrustmaster T128 is up next with its slightly higher 2.2 Nm of force and updated design, but it's also not a massive improvement. A bigger step up, however, is seen with the PXN V10. It has closer to 3 Nm of torque, a detachable quick-release system, comes with a shifter and a set of pedals with a clutch, but its in-game feel felt limited to me and not quite as good as the Logitech G29 and G920. On that note, probably the most popular in this whole video, the Logitech G29 and G920 comes with a decent set of pedals, a good-looking leather wheel, and a wheelbase with around 3 Nm of torque, which reacts quickly and gives you what you need in-game. More than that, it has dozens of third-party modifications available and can be picked up at a very affordable price, especially in the used market. Next up, the Logitech G923 will be the same, except it has a slightly updated design, especially compared to the G920, and it comes with True Force, which is a system that vibrates the wheel to provide slightly more immersion. In this sense, the G923 is better, but not by much. Next up, the PXN V99 comes with a slightly worse set of pedals, but does have an included H-pattern shifter, a 270mm diameter wheel, and a wheelbase with a similar performance to the Logitech offerings, but without the loud mechanical noises that they're notorious for. A bigger step up now in terms of both performance and price, we have the Thrustmaster T248. This is a higher quality product with a wheelbase that exerts around 3.5 Nm of torque, a belt and gear driven mechanism, and a good enough in-game feel. The wheel included is non-detachable but is of decent quality, looks pretty good, and even has a digital telemetry display. Next up, and surprisingly an older wheelbase, we have the Thrustmaster T300RS. Also massively popular, the T300RS is the first Thrustmaster base here with a quick release system, meaning that you're getting access to the entire lineup of Thrustmaster wheels. Apart from that, the T300 wheelbase is capable of around 4.5 Nm of torque, and with a belt-driven force feedback system allows you to get a decent on-track feel. A step down in terms of Nm of torque, but a step up in overall performance is the Moza R3. Although the total available force is lower and noticeable, the direct drive wheelbase here is more refined, reliable, comes with an infinitely better quick release system, and will open the door to the now extensive Moza ecosystem. On that note, keep in mind that discount codes and my affiliate links to nearly all of the companies I mentioned in this video can be found in my website or in the video description. So if you're interested in purchasing anything, definitely don't miss out. Anyways, up next, things will certainly get controversial from here because I'm actually putting the Thrustmaster TSXW. At around 5 Nm of torque, I extensively used this base back in the day, and not only was it reliable, but it provided a very solid belt-driven force feedback experience, which was quick, silent, detailed, and felt powerful enough. The difference in overall force between this and the R3 is also very substantial, hence its placement above that. Moving on and sticking with 5 Nm of torque is the Camus C5. Controversial in design and certainly not for everyone, the C5 is usually found at great prices, usually around $250, and for that you're getting a direct drive wheelbase with a leather wheel, which provides most of the benefits of a direct drive base without breaking the bank. It also has nice features like a carbon faceplate, a telemetry display, and RGB shift lights. Next up is the new Turtle Beach Velocity 1. Considering it has an advertised 7.2 Nm of torque, it is actually placed quite low in this list, and that's because my overall experience with it was never great. Although it comes bundled with a set of pedals, a button box, a steering wheel, and a direct drive wheelbase, I've described this product as a jack of all trades but a master of none. The force feedback, although powerful, isn't very refined, compatibility is still all over the place, and the quality of the individual products felt very entry level despite this product's $650 price tag. I've placed this above the C5 because I think it has a lot of future potential, does have a lot of very unique features, and has Xbox compatibility. The Thrustmaster TGT2 is up next, and this is probably shocking to many of you considering it's not a direct drive base. However, in terms of the belt-driven system found inside, it's probably the best non-direct drive experience you can get. It has around 6 Nm of torque, which is very refined, with a great and detailed in-game experience, very fast responsiveness, rare PlayStation compatibility, and comes with a great quality wheel. Continuing with some of that console compatibility, PXN is up next with the V12 Lite that works on PC, PS4, and Xbox consoles. This is a sim racing bundle that comes with a 6 Nm direct drive wheelbase, a decent quality 280mm diameter wheel rim, a set of pedals, and a table clamp. The force feedback here feels good and potent with its 6 Nm of torque, and everything added on top of that for the price of this bundle is a big bonus. Overall, this product is not perfect with a practically non-existent ecosystem and software that has a long way to go, however. Anyways, now taking a lower step in terms of maximum force output, we have the Moza R5, but I've included it in the strong position for many reasons. Overall, the 5 Nm of torque is not ideal, but it is enough to get the benefits of a direct drive system with an in-game experience that feels dialed in, precise, and realistic. Of course, furthermore, you're also getting access to the entire Moza ecosystem. You can buy this product bundled with a steering wheel and a set of pedals at a great price, and it's overall a very solid bang for your buck product, this being something I can't say about many of the previously mentioned products. Up next, and finally making an appearance, is FANATEC with the 5 Nm CSL DD. In terms of both performance and looks, it's very comparable to the Moza R5. However, the main difference will be that it can be upgraded to an 8 Nm system with the FANATEC boost kit, and it can also have Xbox compatibility with several Xbox compatible FANATEC wheels, as opposed to the R5, which can only have Xbox compatibility if used with the fairly undesirable ESX steering wheel. Up next, the FANATEC GT DD Pro 5 Nm version is the same thing, except it has PlayStation compatibility, and it can also be used with Xbox with an Xbox compatible FANATEC wheel. Overall, this means that you can have a direct drive wheelbase that works on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, something that is very rare to see. Keep in mind that these more expensive sim racing wheels are usually made of leather, suede, or Alcantara and have lots of delicate components, so make sure to protect your sim racing wheels when not in use with a Sim Shield wheel cover. It's now available on Amazon or at sim-shield.com. Anyways, the Camus C12 is up next, and I think this will surprise many of you. Although it has a maximum 12 Nm of max torque, which is great, and the force feedback detail is actually very commendable, there are some limitations. Swapping wheels in and out is possible, but very time consuming as there's no quick release system. Camus also does not offer a substantial ecosystem of wheels to go along with it. There is no console support, and everything from the software to the force feedback precision is not quite on par with the wheelbases I'm placing higher than this. And on that note, the Thrustmaster T818 is up next. Criticized by many, including myself, the T818 is not perfect as the quick release system and available software and fine-tuning falls short compared to others. However, at the end of the day, you are getting a 10 Nm direct drive system and a well-tuned force feedback experience with great details, fidelity, and responsiveness. With this base, you're also getting an updated version of the quick release system, which is okay, and of course you get access to the extensive lineup of Thrustmaster steering wheels, this also being a massive selling point for all of those who are already invested in this ecosystem with other lower-end Thrustmaster wheelbases. Moving on, the 8 Nm FANATEC CSL DD is up next, and this is one of the most popular direct drive wheelbases in history for a good reason. The 8 Nm of max torque is very refined with a fantastic in-game feel and max torque that is enough for many. This base is also relatively affordable and can come bundled with a wheel and pedal set for a turnkey solution. Overall, this is one of my all-time favorite wheelbases, but with Moza's recent dominance and its plethora of new product releases, I'm going to have to put it beneath the Moza R9. Similar in design to the CSL DD, the R9 comes with 9 Nm of max torque and a nearly indistinguishable in-game performance. It's also smaller in size, has a better tuning menu with the Moza Pithouse software, and will offer you that added 1 Nm of torque at a very similar price. That added 1 Nm of torque, however, won't make it better in my opinion than the 8 Nm FANATEC GT DD Pro, which offers all all the benefits of the CSL-DD, but with PC, PlayStation, and possible Xbox compatibility, something that is a huge bonus, something that Moza currently doesn't offer, and something that makes selling it in the used market a lot easier if that time ever comes. Anyways, a huge step up in max torque, Camus is back and up next with the 50Nm DDWB. This base has gotten better over the years in terms of its force feedback detail, and with the ability to use third-party rims, its relatively low price for the amount of torque it has, and overall value for money, it is deservingly placed high up in this list. However, despite having more max torque than some of the wheelbases that are coming up next, Camus falls short in terms of ecosystem compatibility, software support, quality, and overall reliability. That's why up next, and with 12Nm of max torque, I'm going with the Moza R12. It has all the same benefits I mentioned about the R9, except its 12Nm of max torque is a very noticeable jump, makes extremely precise details and effects more noticeable, and will generally provide a more detailed experience, albeit it may be unnecessary for many sim racers, especially considering its jump in price. Up next, and placed very high up on this list, is the Simagic Alpha Mini. Boasting 10Nm of constant torque, the Alpha Mini comes in a great size factor, has the same quick release as Moza, offers extensive software support with many presets, and has an ecosystem filled with some of the highest quality sim racing wheels available. The in-game performance here is top notch and on par with its competitors. Its 10Nm of torque is constant, with its peak being closer to 13, giving you those substantial spikes when needed, and its overall force feedback has evolved to be very detailed and realistic. Pair this with everything else offered by Simagic, and it gets placed higher than the others I've mentioned so far. As expected though, it can't quite get placed higher than the Moza R16, which features a monstrous 16Nm of max torque, a stunning design, and excellent performance. However, something I've noticed with the R16 in recent times that I've used it is that even though it has a lot of power, there is nothing about its performance that stands out to me as special, something that the following three wheelbases do give me. So the R16 is a great wheelbase, but for the money, you're also not getting console support, and the force feedback detail and fidelity is only good and not as excellently defined as with the final three. So coming up in third place, we have the new FANATEC Club Sport DD. At 12Nm of torque and featuring FANATEC's new version of force feedback, this is an extremely impressive wheelbase in terms of both quality and fidelity. The price is not cheap, but you're without a doubt getting one of the most dialed-in driving experiences, and with FANATEC True Force, a feature included exclusively with this lineup of FANATEC bases, I can't imagine force feedback getting much better than this. Of course, console compatibility is available on Xbox using a compatible FANATEC wheel rim, but on PC you're also getting the insanely extensive ecosystem of FANATEC wheels, with the only drawback being that you need to ensure to buy into the new QR2 system. Nearly identical in performance, but giving you more versatility with third-party wheel connections available, is the 12Nm Aztec La Prima wheelbase. As said by many, the force feedback here is extremely precise and dialed in, with a fantastic software, new and growing ecosystem, and an extremely solid build quality. No console support is found, but for PC sim racers looking for some of the best performing direct drive wheelbases available without totally demolishing your bank account, you really can't go wrong with this wheelbase. And now finally, and without a doubt the best overall wheelbase I've ever owned, and I know this is going to be controversial, but it's the FANATEC Club Sport DD+. With this, you're getting all the great things I said about the regular Club Sport DD, but with an additional 3Nm of torque and highly sought after PlayStation compatibility. Pair this together with the huge ecosystem of gear, extremely solid QR2 quick release system, True Force, console compatibility, and cutting edge force feedback performance, and there's a reason why it's first on my list. Of course, keep in mind that these are only the sim racing wheelbases that I've personally owned, and there could be better ones out there that I just haven't had experience with. Also, and again, note that discount codes for many of these products can also be found in the video description. Of course, also let me know your thoughts on my list, and as always, thank you all for watching, stay safe, and have a fantastic rest of your day.